Don't touch that dial, because my name's Andrew Rhodes, and I'm about to blow your mind and educate you in ways you could never have imagined before. Well, okay, I'm basically just going to entertain you. The absolutely, completely random podcast starts right now. When I'm done talking. This very second. Period. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the absolutely, completely random podcast. My name's Andrew Rhodes. It's Saturday, June 9th, 2018, and I have a lot of topics to talk about this week. The crap-filled week that it was, I still managed to find some topics. Like a $15,000 limited edition Oremo figure has been announced. I'm going to be talking about Fooly Cooly Seasons 2 and 3. The versions of them, anyway, are not going to be coming out until November, at least the subtitled versions. So you're going to have to wait a while for you sub-lovers. I'm also going to be talking about the debacle, the complete crapshoot that was the New Life Plus adventure, which, that's going to be entertaining. AKB48's latest single has sold 2.5 million CDs, filling dumpsters overnight. I'll explain why. Not to mention, I have not one, not two, but three, count them, 3 trailers to talk about this week. All this and maybe some more fun stuff. You never know. It all depends on how time flies and how time goes. And I have to remember I can't monologue so long. I got the evil villain checklist all set. Monologuing is definitely... I'm aced that class. But anyway, you know the song and dance by now. Everybody should know it. Everybody loves it by now. If you're looking for oddities, collectibles, trading cards, weird stuff, what have you, check out my eBay page, ARHOADS-2012 on eBay. I have a wide variety of strange things. I have a whole bunch of Magic the Gathering cards that I'm going to work on getting up either this week or next week. It's mostly the fact that I have to research them. That's what's kicking my ass, is researching them, taking the time to figure out which ones they are. Are they rare? Are they common? Do I want to put them up as a lot? Do I want to put them up in a mixed lot? Do I just want to get rid of them? Do I want to, try to get the most for them? That's what's taking me so damn long. And I'm not joking either. It's really bugging the crap out of me. But anyway, if you're in the mood for some strange stuff, weird stuff, oddities, what have you, check out my eBay page. It's ARHOADS-2012 on eBay. It's all lowercase, by the way. And you can also follow me on Twitter at OtakuRhodes. And don't forget to check out my Facebook page, WebDesigner18 on Facebook. Okay, so since I've been told I monologue so much, Andrew's week is going to be timed. So this is going to be about 5 to 7 minutes. That's it. And I've already taken about 10 seconds, 10, 12 seconds. So, yeah, you know how this is going to go. But anyway, how did my week go? Not very well. I'm sad to say, not very well. Monday was alright. Tuesday went, kind of good. I wanted to get a hoagie. The local grocery store that I go to on Tuesdays do shopping, they had a special for hoagies. They didn't have any hoagies. I was pissed. They didn't have a hoagie. But my mom found one on Friday. They had them out on Friday then, so she picked a couple up on Friday. That was lunch. But on Wednesday, my mom kind of got some sad news. She found out her one classmate tragically perished in a fire early Wednesday morning. And she's been taking it, it's understandable. She's taking it hard. It's understandable. I can't understand what she's going through because I didn't have a friend die. So I don't know what she's going through. I can't help her. There's nothing I can do. I'm just giving her space. That's the best I can do. I honestly don't know how to help. In this case, it's mostly just give them the space. Just, let them talk about, like the memories and all that. Just give them space. That's literally all I can do. But sadly, he passed away early Wednesday morning. It was a house fire. It was all over the news. I tweeted the article because it shook her. She saw it Wednesday afternoon, and it just completely knocked her for a loop. So it was sort of it wasn't something she was expecting to have happen. But other than that, this week's been kind of sort of uneventful. besides that, happily, I did manage to fix one more problem we've had around the house. Our kitchen sink was not draining the water properly. It kept pulling up and taking a long time to drain. I put two different chemicals into that drain to try to unclog it. One was some generic brand that my grandfather had laying around, and one was Liquid Plumber. It was either Liquid Plumber or Drano. I think it was Drano. It was one of the two. I think it was Drano. Neither one of those worked. I decide for the Hail Mary of it, just for the heck of it, for a Hail Mary pass here, I go and boil some water, and I got that thing almost to a boil, dumped it down the sink, and lo and behold, now it's draining water. I don't know if that unclogged whatever was clogged in there, if it was just some gunk that was built up and the heat just sort of loosened it enough that the water pushed it out a little further down the line. I don't know. So long as the sink drains at this point, I don't care. That's about my stance on this. I don't care. But otherwise, yeah, things have gone pretty well. I put up 2 new Andrew Rants videos this week. I am working on a 3rd, which should go up, ironically, the same day as this podcast, as long as I don't forget to include it in my flash drive. But other than that, it's been sort of it's not a good week, but it's not a great week. It's sort of like a meh week leaning more towards the bad. So that's how this week went. Really nothing much to talk about. Yeah, that's honestly about it. So I'm not monologuing this time. I'm not going too far off the wall here. So let's jump into the podcast. See? Look at that. 4 minutes exactly. Okay, so let's talk about the movies. Now, I haven't been to a good movie in, I want to say, a while. I think the last movie I actually went to go see was the one Yu-Gi-Oh movie, and that was last year. I don't think I've been to the movie since. That's sad. That's really sad. But anyway, there were 3 trailers that popped up this week that caught my attention, and I just had to talk about them. So the first one is Wreck-It Ralph 2. The second trailer for this dropped on Monday, and my God! Woo-hoo-hoo! Was this good? Holy crap! Was this a good trailer? I mean, Jesus. I got a kick out of this watching this. Now, I enjoyed the first one that came out because it was the one that had the rabbit that just kind of like popped on the screen, exploded, and freaked the little girl out in the car. That was hilarious. But this one was just leaps and bounds better. So, it basically is the same concept. Ralph and Vanellope are going to be going into the internet, and they go to a search engine in the trailer, and this is what's funny about this. Vanellope goes, take me someplace that's really exciting and something else, and the search engine goes, oh, I only found one result, and here she goes to Oh My Disney. So it's like she's going to Disney. So I don't know if it's like a middle finger to Disney that they did this, or something's like, yeah, we feel for you, we like it, and I'm just like, I couldn't stop laughing. If I think about it, I'll put the link to the trailer, or just YouTube it. If not, I'll have a link. I'll try to remember a link or something to put down so you can watch it. It is hilarious. You got to see it. It's just really good. Definitely YouTube it if you get a chance. Check it out on YouTube. Just type in Wreck-It Ralph 2. It would have came out on Monday. So by the time this comes up, if you listen to me Sunday nights, it'll be about at least 6 days old. So check it out. It's just hilarious. It's funny. I love it. It's just great. But Vanellope ends up meeting all the princesses. And I'm like, holy crap, there's a lot of princesses. Although, I don't remember Pocahontas being elevated to the level of princess from Disney, but then again, I've been out of the loop for a while, so she may have been, and I just didn't read about it or catch the memo. Because I thought the princesses were all in the Kingdom Hearts games, and I just didn't remember a Pocahontas level. No offense, I mean, Pocahontas is a good character I've seen in the movies. Let me rephrase that. I've seen the movie. I didn't watch the sequel. I couldn't watch the sequel. I wasn't that big a fan of the first one, but then again, I was, like, young. I think I watched that on VHS. I was young. It wasn't so much that I just didn't understand it. I hadn't learned about that part of history yet in school, so I really didn't know anything about it. It was just kind of a weird movie. It was just put on just to keep me quiet for about an hour and a half. So that trailer went. It was pretty cool. So Vanellope's in with all the princesses, and they're like, "What makes you a princess? Are you a princess?" And she goes, "Well, I'm a princess." So then they're rattling off an entire list of things, like, "Well, did this happen to you? Or did this happen to you? Did this happen to you?" She's like, "No, no, no." Then you have Rapunzel, and I think it was Snow White or Cinderella, going, "Were you held captive against your will?" And she goes, "No, are you two all right? Should I call somebody?" And then Rapunzel goes, "Does everybody think that your problems were solved just because a big, strong man came around?" She goes, "Yes! What's up with that?" And Rapunzel goes, "Oh, she is a princess!" I think to myself, boy, nobody saw the first movie! Technically, Ralph did come along and solve most of her problems because he's the one that gave her the courage to accept her glitch for what it was. Her! Oh, okay. But it was still a pretty cool trailer. You got some nods to Star Wars in there. The Stormtroopers, the X-Wing, the TIE Fighters. Then they had a thing where they're calling it Ralph Breaks the Internet, or Wrecks the Internet. No, he breaks the Internet. And he goes, "Well, shouldn't it be Ralph Wrecks the Internet? Because, I am Wreck-It Ralph." And Vanellope kind of agrees, and this one character that they were talking to goes, "Yeah, but break the internet, it's kind of a thing." Yeah, it was a thing like years ago. It ain't a thing no more. It was a thing years ago. Years and years ago it was a thing. It's not a thing anymore. That is no longer a thing. Unless I missed the memo on the newest things to come about. I don't remember missing the memo. I don't remember getting a memo for that. So, yeah. But anyway, it was a good thing. You got to see all the princesses again, like Mulan, Cinderella, Pocahontas. What the heck was the chick's name from The Princess and the Frog? Crap. Her name escapes me, but there was her. And I did see that movie. I thought that was pretty cool. I did see that, but her name's honestly escaping me at the moment. You had Rapunzel. I didn't see Ariel, though. Don't remember seeing The Little Mermaid. I'll have to rewatch the trailer again to see if I can spot her. But yeah, like Snow White, Cinderella, Belle from Beauty and the Beast. You had every single princess was in there. Even Merida from Brave and Moana. So they were all in there. I just don't remember. Her name is escaping me. It's going to drive me nuts, but her name is escaping me. But there was that trailer. That the second one came out for that this week. So that was pretty cool. Check that out. Wreck-It Ralph 2. I'm looking forward to that. The Incredibles 2 came out. New trailer. And it's kind of interesting. It's basically like the whole... Well, I don't really know how to describe it. See, the movie's coming out on Friday, so I think this is like the last Hail Mary for like the advertising department for it. So they kind of explain how Violet's gonna, like, she's going through this weird phase. I think to myself, she's a teenager. She was going through the weird phase in the first movie. Now she's just becoming an angry teenager. You still have the Elastigirl, the mom's out trying to bring the supers back into the spotlight. And Mr. Incredible's now stay-at-home dad, losing his mind. Slowly but surely losing his mind. Still looking forward to that. I'd love to go see that when it comes out, or at least after it comes out, I want to try to go see it. If not, I'll DVD it. I guess I'll hope for the DVD to come out, and I'll just pick that up. But then the third movie, holy crap, was this one good. And this one came out of left field. Now, I saw something for it Friday morning before I left for work. And my one coworker was saying something to me about, it's like, "Did you see that there's a trailer for the Bumblebee movie?" And I'm like, at first I wanted to double check and make sure I heard what he was saying. He goes, "There's a Bumblebee movie." I'm like, "Yeah," I saw something online this morning about it, but I just didn't actually watch the video yet. So then I watched it when I got home, and holy crap! This one came out of left field. So this one's coming out around Christmas, and I kind of have high hopes for this. Mostly for the standpoint of, I kind of want a Bumblebee figure. Based off its design. It's sort of reminiscent from the original G1 design of him being like a little Volkswagen Beetle. which is really cool. Fans of the original G1 series, you know what I'm talking about. He looks a little less stupid than his Camaro version from the earlier Michael Bay movies. And I swear this has like Michael Bay written all over it. It still looks pretty cool. But there are some drawbacks to this. Now, again, it's another Transformers movie. Yes, the series has kind of been done to death at this point. And in all honesty, from the trailer alone, it felt like a generic robot meets human sort of movie. Where, in all honesty, you could just replace Bumblebee with, like, let's say, just call something like Betatron 1 or something, and it could honestly just be the same movie. Just from the trailer alone, it's giving you an idea. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be bad. I'm looking forward to it. It might be good. It's just, it seems like a standalone Bumblebee movie, and I'm fine with that. But it just feels like it's a generic robot meets human movie that kind of just came out of left field, I'm assuming by Hasbro to make a little money, but it looks pretty cool. I do like the part, though, it's one of the best parts of the trailers near the end, when the girl puts a cassette tape into Bumblebee going, you can express yourself through music. Here, let's try this. And she puts in Rick Ashley's Never Gonna Give You Up, and he just spits it right out, and it smashes into a wall, assumedly into pieces. And that was like the best ever. It's like, well, the Rickroll thing is still sort of a thing, but it's dying off. And all of a sudden, Bumblebee just like spits out that tape. It's like, I don't like this crap. Yes! Yes! That was worth it, in my opinion. Just to watch that. But, like I said, it is coming out. It's supposed to be coming out around Christmas, unless it gets pushed back. But it felt like a generic movie. I don't know what to say about it, but it seems pretty cool. Maybe it'll be good. I don't know. I mean, you never know until it comes out. But those are the 3 new trailers coming out. You had Wreck-It Ralph 2, you had The Incredibles 2, and you had the Bumblebee thing. And the best part, though, I forgot to add about Wreck-It Ralph's trailer, was that they started playing my all-time favorite Daft Punk song, Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger. If you ever get a chance, shameless plug, by the way, if you ever get a chance to check it out, I highly recommend checking out the music videos for the Discovery album from Daft Punk. It is one of the best. It was made into a movie. It's literally all singing. Just every single one of the tracks is the entire movie, with the animation, the music videos for it. It's all animated music videos. It's called Interstellar 5555, the story of the secret star system. Check it out if you get a chance to. I'm probably going to do a review on that. It's just that good. I mean, my God, it's wonderfully made. But yeah, so that's what's coming out movie-wise. Sounds pretty interesting, huh? Okay, so I think when a group has a latest single selling over 2.5 million CDs, that should be a good thing. But when they're filling dumpsters overnight, well, you kind of wonder, did the dumpsters become sentient and start spending money, or are people just chucking them out for some other reason? And unfortunately, that's what it is. Idol group AKB48 released their 52nd single this week. And this actually came out last week, by the way, information-wise. But since I recorded the podcast early last week, it's this week. And it just caught my attention. So the single is titled Teacher, Teacher, with 2,580,513 pre-sales, bringing it to double platinum, even before the official release date. Over 2.5 million pre-sales before it even came out on the shelves. The single sports a suggestive title, the group's first time working with a non-Japanese dance director, and 16-year-old upstart Yui Ogura's first time as the main focus. I do apologize, by the way, if I mispronounced her name. Or his name. I don't know if it's he or she. I do apologize if I mispronounced their name. However, the most off-cited for the single's high sales is that each copy included a ballot to vote in AKB48's annual general election. Now, I actually had to wonder what in the hell they were talking about with this, and I looked it up. And I didn't really have to look too far because it was further down in the article. So their general election basically allows fans to vote for their favorite singer in the group, and the one with the most popular members getting the biggest fan focus in the future releases. So in other words, whichever one the fans say is their favorite is going to be the one that's focused for the longest time in the next set. So I'm assuming if they would release a new let's say they release a new single, their face is going to be plastered big as day, and the others would be off to the side or off into the background. If they go to a performance, they're the one that's out in the front doing more of the singing, and the others are the backup dancers, sort of deal. That's what it kind of seems like. So, I have to admit, that sounds like an interesting idea. I mean, I'm going to be honest with it. That seems like a pretty cool idea. But then again, here's the drawback to it. So, why this is happening with this is that fans were buying up the pre-orders for this literally just for that ballot. So, the fans can vote multiple times by buying multiple copies of the same release. And the band encourages them to do so. Well, yeah, they get money either way. That's a no-brainer. So people try to buy their candidates way to the top by picking up as many copies as possible to give maximum votes. And my guess is they probably just sell the CD on eBay or send it to Declutter, which probably gets a whole crap ton of those in, or whatever those, one of those app music things. Probably gets a whole crap ton of those in, and they're like, well, this is great. These things are worthless, but hey, they're sending them to us. They might be worth something. The election process, though, has been a great boon to the band's physical media sales. But the pretense that all these CDs are actually being bought for listening purposes appears to have crumbled and blown away like dust in the wind. One day after Teacher's release, Japanese Twitter user, and I'm going to massacre this name, I know it, I apologize in advance for this. Songokun1. Songokkun1. I know I was going to mispronounce that. I know I was going to butcher and massacre that trying to pronounce that. I apologize. They photographed a dumpster filled with these things. They were filled with copies of the single, exclaiming, "This is so wasteful, can't the record company skip the CDs and just sell the ballots directly? Or better yet, fix up a website and have them vote on that. But then that'll also kill off your CD sales, but then you'll see which one gets more." I can see they're this is sort of like a yin and yang thing here. So in order to get the votes, they're going to have to buy the CDs, which means that the band makes money. But then at the same time, those CDs aren't being listened to. They're just being chucked in the trash. So, ow! That hurts. Big time. Other Twitter users voiced similar frustrations to Songokun1's tweet and replies, stating that those photos really show how worthless AKB's CDs are compared to other artists. Another one said, "Terrible. This is an affront to music." And the third one was, "What they're doing isn't even music anymore." I don't even know what AKB48's music is. I'm not making that up. I actually tried YouTubing this, and I kept coming upon, "This video is not available in your country. This video has been region locked from your country. You cannot listen to this in your country." I am not joking. I tried several times to pull up even one of their songs. I would have just taken a 10-second clip of their song just to hear what they're about. I couldn't get anything. I'm not making this up. I mean, unless somebody out there finds a way to listen to it, or you know how to listen to it, I kept coming up against roadblocks. And that's what was pissing me off. So, but this isn't the first time, though, that their election has made a headline. Last year, a man in Fukuoka, I knew I was going to mispronounce that too. He was arrested for illegally dumping 500 of their CDs on a mountain. A 2016 report by BuzzFeed Japan revealed a man who'd spent $16,000 American to buy 1,300 copies of the CDs. After all those extra votes, his candidate, Akari Suda, won only 7th place. All things considered, 2018 has been a tame year in comparison. Well, yeah, you spent $16,000. Well, you just basically paid the band to try to vote for a band member that you like. Yeah, that's not making him out to be anything bad. No. No, you just spent $16,000, probably a crap ton of money, to buy 1,300 CDs, which you could have probably just put up on eBay and made your money back after you voted. Wow! Holy crap! Promotional practices, though, like these have sparked a debate about the idol's genres, the idol genre's lack of emphasis on music itself, which even parts of the Japanese record industry have begun to publicly take part in. So, the music retailer Disc Union openly criticized idol meet and greets with the ad slogan, "Is music just the extra content you get with a handshake? Music doesn't exist so that you can squeeze someone's hand. It exists to shake your heart." Tower Records of Japan released a contrary ad stating, "What's wrong with music being the extra content you get with a handshake? After all, handshakes shake people's hearts too." Really? It's kind of difficult for me to get to my heart with a handshake here. I'm trying. I'm thumping my chest right now. I can't seem to crack through the sternum to shake my heart. That was sort of an asinine move by them, at least in this part. But anyway, love it or hate it, it's impressive that these practices can support such high physical media sales. Especially in this day and age, we have digital media running everything. I mean, how many people can literally just go and buy something on Amazon, stream it on their players and that, not even bother anymore to care about, oh, well, I have to pay $30 for a disc where I can stream it for $10 online. That's where we kind of live now. But however, it's easy though to forget that that the American arm of Tower Records went bankrupt though in 2006 as digital downloads crushed CD sales. Meanwhile, Tower Records in Japan actually terminated Napster Japan in 2010 and is still going strong in 2018. So no doubt idol groups and their wild sales tracks are a significant factor in Japan's physical media record sale industry, but continuing to prosper while other countries see a sharp decline. So, I mean, why can't we do something like that cool here in the US? I mean, let's have posters and that crap with every CD. And they'll probably go flying off the shelves then. But yeah, you can just easily download it off the internet. I mean, it's really easy. Oh, look, the new single just came out. Go to iTunes. Done. Hey, I don't have to go buy the physical CD. Well, how are you going to listen to it in your car? With my phone. It syncs via Bluetooth. Now, for those of us like me who don't have that lovely ability, because my phone's an old school flip phone, I get picked on at work for that occasionally, and I don't have a car that can play Bluetooth songs, not my problem. It has a CD player, I just don't know if it works. We would probably enjoy having a CD, but yeah, then they're kind of really high expensive thanks to a lot of this stuff. So maybe some extras thrown in or something would probably work out really well for us. I don't know. But still, it's kind of neat to see that the sales are still going well over in Japan, even if the CDs end up in a dumpster. Whereas, seriously, they could just go on eBay or one of those declutter apps or something over in Japan. They'll probably get rid of them, sell them to secondhand stores, and people can buy them real cheap. Real cheap. Okay, so this next topic I have to tiptoe through, and there's a reason for this. So, for those of you that have been following the regular news, you've heard about why Roseanne got canceled. Not going to go into it. Don't do politics. Don't touch politics here. Never will. Never have. Never will. That's my stance on that. But there was a topic that came to my attention very quickly, I might add. Yesterday morning, and there's more information just keeps coming out today, and I just okay, that's it. This is sort of a big topic here. This is huge. So there was an anime that was coming out. It was called New Life Plus, Young Again in Another World, and it has been canceled due to the author's tweets. So you have to remember now, we are in the era, we are in the age of social media where if you say one thing that can be misconstrued, one thing that is insensitive, one thing that's out of place, it will bring you to your knees. And that's the era we live in. So, you can say whatever you want, but that doesn't mean there won't be any repercussions. Like I said, Roseanne recently learned this lesson the hard way, and so did mine. Author of the fantasy light novel series New Life Plus, Young Again in Another World. The anime adaptation was supposed to premiere in Japan this October, but the official website has announced the cancellation of its production and broadcast after the author's inflammatory tweets came to light. I don't know what the tweets are. I'm not going to look them up. So, if you want to look them up, be my guest. I'm not looking them up. I don't even know what their Twitter handle is. I don't care to know what their Twitter handle is. I'm being honest on that. So the anime adaptation was going to be directed by Digimon Adventure Tries Kentaro Motonaga, with series composition by Takematsu Kono. The animation production by Seven Arcs Pictures, and that's what the whole thing was going to be. The publisher, though, of the original light novels has also stopped shipment of the series' 18th volume. Of the series' 18 volumes, I should say, as well. So, this is dead in the water. It's officially done. There's no way this is getting reborn. So, the author tweeted some discriminatory comments in the past against Korea and China. Again, not looking it up. Don't care. I'm being honest on that because I don't touch politics on this show with a 10.5-foot pole. So his political stance, though, has been heavily criticized in both Japan and overseas. He deleted his tweets and apologized. Okay, so he deleted them anyway. He deleted the tweets and apologized on June 5th, but the damage was already done by this point. The main voice cast simultaneously announced their resignations, and word of the anime's cancellation soon followed suit. So the outspoken, though... so this is good. So there's just more to this. So this is the second part of this. So outspoken anime director Yukata Yamamoto from Wake Up Girls and Kanagi, or Wake Up Girls, Kanagi. I don't know if there's three separate things. Took to Twitter with a tirade against the new target, and that new target being otakus. He went out on a limb to just completely bash otakus for this. And I'm not joking. So this is how this goes. He goes on a tirade. Some of this is actually in here. So he's following the original author's discriminatory remarks. He goes, "I'm mad at the cancellation." He added that now all it would take is one blow to destroy anime. So he said several times on Twitter, or Yamakan said several times on Twitter, and in a blog post on Thursday, mind you, that he thinks otakus are to blame for ruining anime. When the cancellation news broke, he tweeted the hashtag "the day otaku ruined anime." He claims that this is as he predicted, and he further predicted that the industry will fall into disorder because otaku have too much power over the industry. That's the part that I get a kick out of with this. So he's upset because a group of people that many people don't even believe exists, for starters. I mean, honestly, there was a census poll online for fans of like cartoons, anime, animated series, things like that, and one of those questions on there, because I do remember seeing that, was, do you know what an otaku is? And they had down yes, no, it's a myth, was the third choice. And almost 75% of people were saying it's a myth, like there's no such thing. There are, but he's going on about how it's all the otaku's fault because we're too flippant about the state of the industry and unable to realize that it affects them. He mentions that even when they were even when there were directors leaving projects last year and now series getting canceled, otaku don't realize what the issues are because they only look to anime as a form of escapism and don't care about it as a medium. What? He also said that he wants to go to China and have a talk with the people there, but he was quick to try to clarify this statement in a blog post. Honestly, I have resentment against some. He does say he has some resentment against Chinese people, some in parentheses. He said, and he claimed he got in an argument with a Chinese extremist and ended up banned from entering China. But at the same time, there are a lot of people from China who understand, and there are lots of fans. Who cares? I'm going to be honest with that, okay? Yeah, who cares? But he laminated on that he was being attacked by Chinese people, stating that all he was trying to do was criticize otaku nationalists for spreading hate against China and Korea, which, like I said, this is starting to borderline into politics, which I avoid. And that's his problem. He's blaming otakus, but then he's blaming only certain types of otakus, but then he's blaming all otakus. So it's sort of like a back and forth mismatch that I don't even understand. But I take offense to this, to getting thrown under the bus. I'm an otaku, in a way. I take offense to this. Otakus are not ruining an industry. Your director, the guy that created this, ruined his own chances. Don't blame other people for this. Like I said, I don't do politics on this show. I never will do politics on here. Never. I don't touch them. This is as close to it as I'm going to get. So, I'm just going to end this part of it, because there's still one more section yet with this. He goes, if I'm criticizing the non-nationalist otaku who are spreading hate, I get attacked from behind by Chinese people. It happened again today. It's really terrible. But it's not tied to my resentment towards all Chinese people, he wrote. Is it so hard to have these discussions with common sense and reason, but no hysterics? I'm going to safely go, not when you're blaming a whole bunch of people for something. But like I said, I take offense to it. I honestly do. I take offense to his statement on that 100%. I take offense to it. He referred back to previous blog entry from May 30th where he posted a reply he'd received that parodied Martin Niemöller's poem, First They Came For, about Germans not recognizing the Nazis' rise to power, and the poem was rewritten to begin with, first otaku attacked Yamakan. His other tweets suggested he believed the cancellation is in part related to business interests of the production committee, a system he is critical of. So you flat out blame otakus, and then you're saying, oh, but it was probably part because of the business interests of the production committee and everything else. But yet you just took this opportunity to just throw otakus, the fans of your stuff, right under the bus. Brilliant job. Brilliant job there. So this is sort of, like I said, this is a horrendous thing. This is a literal shitstorm that just keeps getting worse and worse as it goes on. So, besides the fact that, all right, hold on. Let's stop here for a second. Let's take inventory of what's going on. So, the anime's been canceled. That's a definite. The light novel is done 100%. That's definite. So, New Life Plus is dead in the water. It's pretty much sinking to the bottom of the ocean, and it's done. It's history. Then you have a creator or a director or producer. What the hell was this guy? Let's see here. Okay, he was an anime director. Okay, so you have an anime director that comes out and starts bad-mouthing otakus, blaming them for all this. That's horrendous. So, Mine responded. Yeah, this is good. So, Mine responded to the controversy and issued an apology on Twitter on Tuesday. In the first of a series of tweets, he said, regarding some of my past tweets, I made many people feel extremely uncomfortable. I'm feeling uncomfortable just doing this topic, but this is something that it just blew up real fast, all in the span of a day. It's like a fast-moving fire, and it just like took off. He made them feel extremely uncomfortable, and I gave my deep apologies for writing inappropriate remarks. He said he is deeply reflecting from posting without accurately understanding all the facts, and without giving deep thought to his words. Mine added that he does not expect to receive forgiveness from the people he upset, but he wanted to give a heartfelt apology. The series still isn't going to be made, so yeah, I don't know what to do about what you're expecting to get, heartfelt apology or not. In addition to deleting all of his tweets, Mine plans to delete his Twitter account in the near future after the apology spreads. So he's going with the nuclear option. Okay. I actually know what this option is. I almost did this a couple years ago on Facebook when my friend's wife, I should say. Yeah, wow. I almost had myself married there for a second. Wow. I wish. But no, my friend's wife made a comment that certain things that I was liking on Facebook were popping up in her news feed, and she was getting really upset about it. So then I stopped liking anything. She goes, well, you're taking this too far. You're overreacting. I'm like, no, overreacting would have been me deleting my entire Facebook account. That would have been overreacting. Going nuclear would have been overreacting. So for this, with this person's thing, doing the nuclear option, at this point it's damage control, which is pretty much a fruitless endeavor. It's history either way. So with regards to the New Life Plus Young Again in Another World light novel series, Mine noted his poor writing and rash remarks as a result of recognizing the inappropriate content of his work. Mine would discontinue offering the novels on the Shokusetsu ni Naro website. I don't know what that is. He planned to discuss with Hobby Japan the possibility of correcting the relevant print versions of his novel. At the time, Ashi had yet to report that Hobby Japan would halt shipments of the series. But this is where the story gets completely 100% thrown off the rails here. So the voice actors, Toshiki Masuda, Megami Nakijima, and Kiyono Yasuno, then announced their resignations from their respective roles in the planned television anime adaptation of the light novel series Wednesday. The talent management agency 81 Produce also announced that Nanami Yamashita's resignation from the anime on the same day. After Hobby Japan posted its apology that afternoon, the anime's official website announced the cancellation of the anime's production and broadcast. So that's the end of that. And it's sad that something could have been good. You don't know. I don't even know what the light novel is. But for those of you wondering what this is, there actually is a description of the story, because J Novel Club is publishing the novel series digitally, and it describes the story as follows. Please bear with me. I'm going to try to read this. It's really hot in my room right now, and I'm trying to keep an eye on a couple stink bugs that keep flying around. So please bear with me as I read this. So here's the description of the story. They go, when death trapped Reina Kanugi on the shoulder. He smiled and went willingly. After enjoying a nice long life of 94 years, he was looking forward to shutting his eyes for the last time. He was therefore understandably upset when he woke up again in an empty space, devoid of memories, with a young girl in a tunic rambling on and on about how she's God. So he did what any reasonable person would have done under those circumstances. He sent the girl flying with a kick to the face. Okay. That's disturbing enough as it is. It turned out that the girl was indeed God. and she was in a pinch. She urgently needed someone to do some interdimensional resource smuggling, and Rinya fit the bill. His mission: cross the boundary into another world, then chill for a few decades. God would handle the rest. To sweeten the deal, she offered him an 18-year-old body and a whole laundry list of ludicrously powerful skills, yet he remained hesitant. Then she mentioned the food. An exotic world comes with exotic delicacies, and this sealed the deal. The next thing he knew, he was standing in a foreign land, younger, stronger, and more clueless than ever. Will he survive this world? And more importantly, will the world survive him? I don't know what to say about that. I mean, I don't know what to say about that. That's idiotic, to say the least. Mine launched the novels, though, on the Sosetsuka Ninaro website back in 2014 in Japan, and the series has since garnered over 189 million page views. Hobby Japan began publishing printed novels for the series starting in November of 2014 with illustrations by Kabocha. Hobby Japan published the 18th volume on May 24th, and like I said before, has since stopped any and all productions. So, I don't know what to say about this. I'm uncomfortable with all otakus basically being thrown under the bus, courtesy of the one anime director. That's not going to help any of his future work, or any work that he does have, because I guarantee you they're going to hold a grudge. I'm not comfortable with the fact that the person's making a big deal out of this. Your past actions will always come back to bite you. The internet does not make stuff go away. This isn't Vegas. This isn't what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. This isn't what happens on Twitter stays on Twitter. And no one's ever going to find it. Social media age is where everything comes out. You can put up a stupid video of you on YouTube. I guarantee you someone will find it 10, 20 years from now. I guarantee you, you put up a picture of you on a website, someone will find it. Even if you delete your account, it will still be there. They will still find it. They have their ways. And this is just a perfect example of what happens when you have something going really well for you, but because you decide to eventually show your true self, bad things do happen. Would I have bought this? No. The plot alone for this seems idiotic to me. While it kind of seems remnant of anime series that I've already seen, I can kind of like think of it sort of mimicking a couple like comedy, like gag anime, sort of, but not much. I just don't get the concept of it. It seems idiotic. But it's done, it's canceled, it's dead in the water. Do I think it's sad? I think it's sad that something that was created, regardless of how stupid it was, somebody out there had to have liked it. To each their own. Believe me, I'm a firm believer in that. To each their own. If they like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. I'm not a fan of it. I wouldn't have bought it. I've read the plot. The plot disturbs me. So yeah. I don't know anything about it. I don't know any other way to announce it. It's just, it seems stupid and it's canceled. It's done. But in all honesty, I probably wouldn't have talked about it in the podcast this week if the cancellation wouldn't have been making such a big stink all over social media. Every single place where I go for topics, it was, oh, this anime series has been canceled. Oh, this anime series has been canceled. That was the main headline. Even today, this morning, that was the main headline. This anime series has been canceled. And then you're reading the article and more stuff comes to light about it. And it did disturb me. It still does, especially the part where the one director, or the one anime director, is literally blaming all otakus for this. I do take offense at that. But yeah. So, like I said, I don't touch politics on this show. I never will touch politics on this show. I never have touched politics on the show. This is about as close as I get. And by close, I mean this section of the world, and over there is politics. And there's about a 18 billion mile gap between us. Like I said, I would have never talked about this if it wouldn't have been blowing up all over social media. This seemed like a big story for some weird reason, and I just figured, okay, I'll let everybody know about it. So there you go. You are all now informed. Is this a bonus topic of the week? Yes, it is a bonus topic of the week. Gintama, the anime series, has a return date set. Ooh. Oh. Yes, that's right. Gintama's anime series has been on a hiatus. According to Japan, release of Gintama Volume 73, the anime series officially has a return date. The hiatus is coming to an end when the climax of the Silver Soul arc picks back up on July 8th. That's right. This news comes less than a month after the new theme song performers were announced. As previously reported, the next leg of the TV anime adaptation of the manga series has Spire on the opening and Chicho with Honeyworks on the ending. So, for those of you out there that have been looking forward to Gintama returning, the wait's almost over. Because once the Silver Soul arc picks back up, everything's going to start rolling again like gravy train on biscuit wheels. Because that's going to be happening on July 8th. So that's kind of cool to know. I read Gintama in the manga form. Wasn't too big of a fan of it. Never saw the anime. I think I might have saw like a clip or an opening for it, but I never actually sat and watched the anime series. So I have no opinion of it. But there you go. The hiatus is over. For now, anyway. For now. Okay. So, let's talk about Fooly Cooly. FLCL. The subtitled versions for Fooly Cooly 2 and 3 are going to be delayed until November. So, what does this mean? Well, honestly, for me, nothing. I watched Fooly Cooly. I watched the first season. Wasn't that big a fan of it. So, Fooly Cooly 2 and 3 are delayed until November. The first episode of Fooly Cooly Progressive landed in Toonami in English dubbed form, but if you're holding out to see the series in Japanese, you're gonna have to wait a while, so brush up on your patience. Seasons 2 and 3, aka Progressive and Alternative, were originally slated to stream subbed online while the dubbed version aired on TV, but those plans have been nixed. According to Toonami, out of respect for our Japanese partners, we are pushing back the release of Fooly Cooly Progressive and Alternative English subs to November to align with the release of the Japanese language versions. At that time, the English sub for all episodes of Fooly Cooly Progressive and Alternative will be made available in the US on all Adult Swim platforms. Sorry for the change of plans. International releases often have lots of moving parts, and we want to remain good partners to our friends in Japan. For now, we hope you enjoy the English language premiere of Fooly Cooly Progressive tonight at midnight on Toonami. So it was kind of nice of them to put that out. But Fooly Cooly Progressive and Alternative are set to hit Japan in September as theatrical events. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, I just kind of like... So I'm guessing this probably popped up, because I think this came out last week. And I'm wondering if that kind of like popped up literally right as the anime was set to start. That would have been ironically hilarious if all of a sudden, before it even comes up, boom, there's the thing there. That would have been cool if that would have happened. It's like, man, you have to read that, and all of a sudden it's like, huh, okay. That would have been cool, or if Tom and Sarah just came out and started telling you about it. Yeah, I could see that kind of being bad. So, yeah, while fans are going to have to wait a little bit for the subbed versions, at least they had the dub version to go about for a while. So, it's not exactly too upsetting, but yeah, I can see fans getting a little bummed about that. But hey, Tsunami has a point. There are a lot of moving parts with this. If one thing gets screwed up, if one monkey wrench gets thrown into the pan or gets thrown into the gear, the whole thing screeches to a halt. Literally. It's almost like that old saying, if you ever have a big moving piece of machinery, that's somewhere in that big moving piece of machinery, when it breaks, it is going to be because of one $2 part. One $2 part is going to stop this gigantic piece of machinery. So it is an old saying. It's like the big machine will be stopped by one small little thing. That's honestly what it is. But basically, if you put it into like different ways of saying it, one's like this big, massively costly machine is going to be stopped by one tiny little $2 part. That's honestly what it usually is. It's one small part will stop one giant thing. And that's the same with this here. Because, in all honesty, like I said, it's a lot of moving parts. And if one thing gets screwed up, like a power outage or incorrect coding or a corrupted file, the whole thing screeches to a halt. So, it's sad, but it's understandable. So, you just gotta wait until November. Which is gonna be sad for those that wanted it early, but hey, you can't have everything in life, right? Holy crap, do I have a second bonus topic of the week. I think I do. Gundam's Haro has been turned into a real-life communication robot. Now, for those of you that are unfamiliar with what Haro is, I highly suggest Googling it. It's Haro, and put that in with Gundam, and you will find it. Haro, the famous robot from the Mobile Suit Gundam franchise, is set to become a reality. The real-life Haro, which goes up for pre-order in July, is officially called Concierge Haro, blending the words Gundam and concierge. Yeah, I don't think so. Concierge Haro is activated by voice and reportedly gets better at responding to its users the more it speaks with them. Thanks to its AI technology, its voice is provided by Satomi Arai, who plays Haro in Gundam The Origin. It also moves. Its flaps open up and it shakes back and forth when speaking. But before you decide to bust open your piggy bank to buy this little wonderful piece of Japanese technology, hold on for a second. You can put up pre-orders. It's going to make its debut at the Tokyo Toy Show, the International Tokyo Toy Show, which takes place between June 7th and 10th, which is sadly already going on. The AI robot is going to retail for... Can I get a drum roll, please? 149,040 yen, which comes out to be about, are you ready? Translating that into US dollars, let's do some quick mathematics here. It comes out to $1,300 American. So, if you got an extra $1,300 lying around that you just want to buy this cute little robot, feel free to drop your money on it when the pre-order drops. Otherwise, I would wait until somebody scalps this on eBay, realizes that it's a dead idea in the water, and then basically you can get it for really, really cheap. Or just wait for the knockoff version, which will probably be the same thing, same functionality, but a hell of a lot cheaper. I mean, $1,300 is asking quite a lot of money. But for the fact that it's voice activated, it gets better at responding to its users the more it speaks with them. I want to say that while it's sad the price range on this is astronomical, this is technically moving us into the next generation of cool gadgets. So this could be adapted to many other things. We could eventually get little robots where we could talk with them. They can walk. We can play games with them. Nobody will be lonely anymore. You could have only children, children from only child families that can honestly have a sibling that they can call their own little brother or sister, and it's a robot. it doesn't require food, and it interacts with everybody. So we're getting really close to this, and I'm looking forward to this. I'm just waiting for somebody to now, after seeing this article, basically reverse engineer this, put the chips into an actual robot body, have the robot body move fluidly, not fall downstairs, and all of a sudden sell that and market it. Because, when that happens, the world's going to come to an end. Because then we will officially have the robots, and Judgment Day will be upon us, as per Terminator 2. Well, of course, that was involving Skynet and then the whole thing like that. And I don't really see that happening. But anyway, this is kind of cool. So if you're interested in it, like I said, it's going to be up. What is it? It goes up for pre-order in July. It doesn't really say who's going to have the pre-order. I'd probably say like one of the Japanese stores would probably have it, like Hobby Link Japan or something. I don't know. But it's going to be about $1,300. That's freaking high, but at the same time, kind of interesting. I don't really know what else to say about that. That's kind of cool. Alrighty. Am I up to my final topic of the night? Well, believe it or not, I actually am. That's because I'm up to the topic about a $15,000 limited edition figure that has been announced. Let's just say that again in unison here for a moment. 15,000. Okay, so what's going to possibly give my wallet a heart attack now? Well, the article, courtesy of Otaku USA, goes, "My little sister can't be this expensive." Well, I don't know. The average cost of raising a child, I think, was about $18,000, so give or take. A limited edition figure of one of the series' female protagonists, Ruri Goku. It's Ruri, and then it's Goko, so Goko. I guess I should have said it that way. Or Koro Nico, has been announced with the price tag, the hefty price tag, the big price tag. I think anybody would probably be trembling in their feet with this one. The price tag of 1,598,400 yen, which translates to, with today's exchange rates, $14,578,000. We're not talking simple dollars here. We're talking thousand. But there is justification for this massively high price tag. I mean, first off, anybody spending $15,000 on a limited edition figure, I don't care how many of them they're making, you had better be buying that to resell it and fast. That had better be a turn and burn at double the cost to get this thing. Because otherwise, you need your head examined. And I know that there are people out there that spend thousands of dollars on swords from Game of Thrones. My one buddy has like 3 swords. I think, no, my apologies. He has 2. He has 2 swords. 2 swords. And he's working on getting the 3rd. They're expensive. So, yeah, this stuff is not cheap. I mean, I bought some little figurines from Icon, but I paid about $20 for those. That was including shipping. But the justification for this is the fact that they're only going to be making 10 of these in total, and the thing is going to be life-size. It's measuring in at 139 centimeters, or for those of us that don't understand the metric system, 4 feet 6 inches tall. Insanely rich, or just plain insane, Orimo fans are going to be taking note. Pre-orders have begun at FigureX. Okay, so this is, I guess I glanced over that. It's the limited edition Orimo figure. Oreimo. I never heard of it. Aniplex of America just released the first season on Blu-ray, and here's how they describe it. So, for those of you that may want to drop $15,000 on it, see if it's worth your time first. So, living in the shadow of his prodigious younger sister, Kyosuke Kosaka has a normal lifestyle until one day he accidentally finds out that his little sister, Kirino, hides a dark and embarrassing secret. In addition to being smart, pretty, and popular, Kirino is also an obsessive consumer of anime and eroji, adult computer games. Thank you for... I actually want to thank Otaku USA for putting that in parentheses. I really would not have known what that was. So thank you very much for that. After being assured that Kyosuke will not mock her and will conceal this secret from their parents, she starts to share a bit of her world with him. Kirino faces several problems as she tries to keep up appearances and balance her exemplary school life with her hobbies. Her brother then becomes a crucial ally while dealing with all the difficulties that lie ahead. I kind of see this being sort of a rip-off of a series called... Oh, crap. Hold on. It's on the tip of my tongue. Oh, crap. I remember it. I love the opening for it. Oh, crap. That's gonna bug me now. Actually, I'm gonna look up because I know I have the opening. I know I have the opening music, so I'm gonna look that up. But anyway, it seems like it's a rip-off of another series that I actually know. While I'm fine with that, honestly, I am. I'm fine with that because every single anime in the world rips off another one at some point, somehow, some way. No matter what you say, it always happens. But honestly, this is one that I just can't understand why someone would want to spend $15,000. Sorry, I can't stress this enough. Who in their right mind would want to spend $15,000 on a freaking figurine? Life size or not. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll admit this. Because I was so lonely for a sibling growing up, because I'm an only child, and when you're little, until I got a stuffed animal, which I still have, my good buddy Tyler here, I was lonely playing by myself. When I saw commercials for this life-size Barbie doll, I actually was tempted asking my mom to buy that for me, mostly for the fact that I would have a playmate. Then happily I changed my mind on it when I saw one at the store, saw the price tag, and knew that she would shoot me. She would have just flat out screamed her head off and said, "There is no way in hell I am buying that for... No way in hell. You're out of your mind." She would have lost her mind on that 100%. If I would have said, "Hey, can I have this?" "No." "What do you want that for?" "Well, it's, it's a friend." "No! It was like $50-$60, I think, or almost $100, I think, for the one version. It's like, no, I can understand her flipping out on that, going, "I'm not going to buy that for you just because you're lonely. I'll buy you a $10 stuffed animal if you want. Get an action figure." "No, I'm not getting this for you." Okay, and I finally found the opening. It's His and Her Circumstances. That's what it is. His and Her Circumstances. I'm almost sure of it. Hold on, I'm going to mute my volume here so I don't accidentally invoke copyright infringement. I hope you're still able to hear me. You should be able to. It just blocks the audio on my... Oh yeah, I'm wanting to listen to audio and I'm pulling up the freaking music for it. That's a real genius move there. Okay, I'm a little more tired than I thought I was. Okay. Yeah, I think it was His and Her Circumstances. Basically, the plot of it was this girl's very intelligent. She's like prim and proper. She shows up at school. She's always dressed in the perfect school attire. She gets the perfect grades in school, the perfect role model, till she meets this guy she really likes. And then she starts to have her entire world fall apart because when she goes home, she is basically your standard screw you-esque type of person. She doesn't really want to do much stuff. She kind of relaxes. She takes it really easy. She doesn't look as prim and proper as she does at school. And it also seems reminiscent to that Umaru-chan, because everybody's heard me talk about that. The opening for that is just hilarious. But you've heard me talk about that. But, yeah, so I don't see spending $15,000 on a figurine. I don't see that at all. $15,000! That's highway robbery. My God! For 10 of them. Okay, they're only going to make 10 of them. That means 10 pre-orders. They should already be all snapped up then by now. How can you still be taking pre-orders if you're only making 10 of these? Well, we're only going to make 10 of them, so here's your 10 pre-orders. I mean, limited edition is a joke. It's only a thing that's made to make people buy more stuff. Nothing is ever truly in limited edition because they're making like 60, 70, 80 of them, if not more. So that's what I'm saying. They're only going to make 10 of these. I call bullshit. Limited edition is a joke. Look it up. It means nothing. Oh, well, we have a limited edition figure here for you today. Oh, for the low, low price of, yeah, it's not limited edition. If you look up on eBay, there's like 70 of them. So, yeah, I don't think so. So, yeah, but I don't see anybody wanting to spend $15,000. My God, $15,000. Do you know what I would do with $15,000? Goodbye student loan payments. For starters, goodbye student loans. Goodbye. And I want to say this. Goodbye and good riddance to some bills. I will look around for a better car. If I had $15,000, holy crap, it's definitely goodbye student loan payments at least. Goodbye student loans. I'm sure as hell not going to spend it on a figurine that is going to be 4 feet, a little over 4 feet tall, that I'm going to have to find a home for. That's basically no bigger than, like, let's say, I kind of want to say like maybe a 6-year-old, maybe a 6 or 10-year-old. That's no bigger than that. And you want me to spend 15 grand? No! If I want the same thing, I'll go buy a stuffed animal. I'll go find like a really tall, really big bear. They're like $50. Oh, look, I just saved $14,950 right there. I'll go buy a big bear. Holy crap! $15,000. Well, I can officially say the price is wrong. If this were the Price is Right, I would swear I just overbid. Clear the boards. Bid lower than $15,000, please. Holy crap! Alrighty, so before we wrap up this week's episode of the absolutely completely random podcast, I have a special message to the graduating class of 2018. See, I wanted to do this last year because I graduated in 2007 and it would have been 10 years. But I kind of got busy in June and completely forgot about it. So I thought, hey, while I'm doing the podcast, let's do a really good send-off to the class of 2018. Sure, it's 11 years since I graduated, but the world's pretty much the same, almost. I want to say almost. But you've worked long and hard. You stayed up endless nights cramming. You studied. You put up with all that awkwardness in school. Getting shoved in the lockers. Strange and weird feelings as you look at your teachers. Even more strange feelings when you look at your classmates. All for that wonderful moment. To walk across that stage or walk up to that podium or stand in front of your class and hold that diploma with pride, with honor, and with dignity. You worked long and hard to be able to stand in front of your class as an equal. No longer are you the lowest of the low or the highest of the high. You're an equal with them because you all have one thing in common. You graduated. You're now no longer stuck in the archaic school system. You're free to go about the world and do whatever you want to do. You no longer have to worry about what time to get up in the morning, well, unless you have a job, or when you have to eat. Well, okay, you still have to worry about that. But you don't have to worry about studying for an exam or a test that may be coming up the next day, or those surprise pop quizzes. Well, unless you go to college, but I don't know. But I digress. You worked long and hard to get where you are. and you worked very long and very hard to say these immortal words. Welcome to Arby's! But in all seriousness, though, congratulations to the graduating class of 2018. Hoping that you have a wonderful life and that your journeys and your friendships that you have forged never wither, never falter, and never go out. Congratulations to the class of 2018 from one of the graduates of the class of 2007. Congratulations and good luck to you, because you're gonna need it. Alrighty, folks, that's going to do it this week for the Absolutely Completely Random podcast. I am wiped. I am sweating worse than a pig at a Hawaiian luau. You know, the main guest of honor. I'm sweating worse than a turkey at Thanksgiving. Whew. I'm sweating worse than a pumpkin on Halloween. So anyway, as usual, if you have any topics that you'd like to hear me talk about here on the podcast, feel free to let me know what they are. Drop them off in my discussion section on my channel. Drop them on my Twitter page, @OtakuRoads. Or just drop them off on my Facebook page, WebDesigner18 on Facebook. Or you can even email them to me if you want at acrpodcast@gmail.com. So feel free to send any emails you want to acrpodcast@gmail.com. Please no junk mail or spam. I mean, like, if you have a topic you'd like to hear me talk about or something else, let me know. And until next time, I'm Andrew Rhodes. This has been the Absolutely Completely Random podcast. I'm going to turn my fan back on so I can get some sleep. And man, is it hot here. What is the temperature anyway? Let's see here. My thermometer says it is a balmy 86 degrees with 31% humidity. Yeah, that sounds about right. So thank you all for hanging out with me this week. And until next time, I'm Andrew Rhodes. Bye, everybody. Have a wonderful week.